UTPA baseball walks off for its first WAC win. We have all the highlights. The UTPA tennis teams are set for the WAC tournaments. We have full previews. And we show you how the UTPA women's soccer team made a difference in the lives of a number of special needs children. This is Bronc Country. Hey everyone, and welcome to Bronc Country. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Last week was the start of basketball's regular signing period, and both UTPA basketball teams made immediate moves, getting two of the best junior college All-Americans available. We start with the men, who signed guard Nick Dixon to a national letter of intent. Dixon comes to the Bronx from Morton College, where he was a two-time All-American, All-Region, and Conference MVP. He finished his career second in program history with over 1,600 points, scoring nearly 34% of the team's total during his 2 years. He had 22 30-point games, 29 20-point games, and another 11 10-point games, including a streak of 62 straight games in double-figure scoring. He shot a whopping 54%, including 39% from behind the arc, plus 79% from the line, while averaging over 7 rebounds. This past season, Dixon led the nation in scoring at over 27 points per game. As a freshman, he ranked 7th at over 25 points per game, while leading the nation in total points with 805.
He brings that proven scoring ability. You know, he's the kind of kid that is marked every night. You know, you're leading the nation in scoring. Defenses are set up for him, and he still continued to score. He's great at making shots, of course, but also at getting to the free throw line. He's an aggressive, tough kid, and the impressive thing about him is when they played their biggest rivals, their highest-ranked opponents, he stepped up and had his biggest game. So, again, we're excited to have him in the program and think he'll be a real good contributor for us.
Not to be outdone, UTPA women's basketball signed All-American center Lili Havili out of Western Nebraska Community College. Havili ranks second in the nation among centers and 16th among all players in the Dan Olson Junior College player rankings. As a sophomore, Havili led her team to the Region 9 championship and a spot in the national tournament for the second year in a row after averaging more than 13 points and 7 rebounds per game while shooting a scorching .574 from the field.
She's going to be a difference maker in the middle. She's strong, she's physical, but the thing I like about her is she finishes at the rim. This past year she shot 57% from the floor. And that tells you that she is strong. She gets those shoulders turned, and she makes some things happen. And when you can finish at the rim, I think that's a great thing. And that's what we need to do is finish at the rim a little bit more.
On to baseball. Bronx playing host to Chicago State. Pick up game 1 in the 4th. Bronx already down 6-0, but 2 on, 1 out for Cole Lonkar, and that ball heads out of the playing field for a ground rule double. Scott Mercer scores. Bronx within 6-1. Next pitch, to the backstop. Alexis Hernandez scores, Bronx within 4. Next inning, same score. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Jacob Huckabee takes one for the team. Manny Laredo trot on home, it's a 3-run game. Next batter, Edgar Cordone, ball 4. Corey Davis comes home, it's a 2-run game. New pitcher, 3rd one of the inning, and Lonkar with a rude greeting. Station-to-station base running as Mercer scores, Bronx within 6-5. 1 out later, Logan Landon, ball 4. The Bronx drew 4 of their 10 walks in the inning, game tied at 6. On to the 7th. Cougars have a runner at 3rd with 1 out. Fly ball to left hangs up there, so Laredo gets into a great throwing position, and look at that, out at home plate. Game still tied. Now to the 8th. The Cougars have taken the lead and threatening for more with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Line drive to right. Caught by Landon. Inning over. Bottom of the 8th. 2 on, 1 out, and Laredo continues to be a pest to the Cougars. Double brings home Jesus Garcia, game tied at 7. On to the 9th. Longcar up with the game still tied. Not anymore. Walk-off home run, Longcar. Second home run of the season, his first at home, caps a 3-for-6 day, career-high 4 RBI. The Broncs pick up their first WAC win, 9-7.
Well, that pitcher was throwing pretty much soft and away, so I was kind of having a soft and away approach, and he kind of hung one up and in and just turned on it and took advantage of it, took advantage of the mistake, so that was fun.
Both teams had opportunities, situations where the big hit would have won. They had some opportunities, so did we. We didn't capitalize. And finally, Cole, in the 9th inning, was able to get the big hit for us and win the game for us.
Game 2, Broncs down 2-0 in the 6th. 1 on and nobody out. Matt Schmidt trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Diving catch by Jacob Huckabee. And it's a double play. Let's take another look. Huckabee with those cat-like reflexes to make the catch. And how about the how-to-win awareness, making the throw to first, doubling up the runner. Justin Quinones pumped after that play. He sends Bob Swenson back to the dugout. 6 innings, 4 strikeouts for the freshman. On to the 8th. Broncs down 5-0. Ducks on the pond with 1 out when Logan Landon delivers. Gets the Broncs on the board, it's 5-1. 1 out later, Landon now at second after a steal, and it's Jesus Garcia's turn. That brings home Scott Mercer and Landon. Broncs within 5-3. That's also the final score.
The guy was beating us early on in the game. You know, he wasn't throwing particularly hard, but he was trying to come in on us. So coach made an adjustment for the entire offense to move up in the box and move in and to take away his fastball. And we were able to do that, and we were able to jump on some fastballs early in the count in that inning, and could just put some quality at bats together and start a rally. Wish we would have gotten a little bit more and been able to pull out a win. But I like what we're seeing from the team right now. We're battling, we're not giving up, so that's a good thing.
Rubber match on Sunday, and instead of a baseball game, a boxing match broke out. Bottom of the 1st, Broncs down 1-0 when Corey Davis comes up with a single. Logan Landon scores, game tied at 1. Next batter, Jesus Garcia with a great bunt. Gonna be a tough play, and Andy Gertensen throws it away. Cole Longcar scores, 2-1 Broncs. The Cougars punch back, tied at 2 in the 3rd when Jacob Huckabee lays down a suicide squeeze. Effective counter punch, Broncs up 1. Same score in the 4th when Cole Longcar lands an uppercut. That brings home a pair, Broncs up 5-2. Move ahead to the 8th, Broncs down 6-5. Landon, bang, splits the gap and goes to the wall. Victor Garcia Jr. scores from second on the triple by Landon. 9th inning, the Cougars have taken the lead back again, but the Broncs tie it again. Jesus Garcia with the double, score tied at 7, and after 11 innings and 374 pitches across 3 hours and 42 minutes, the Cougars have a claim to catch. So that's the final score. Broncs' first tie in 15 years, just the 3rd in program history.
We did well. We put up some good runs today. We put up 7. We gave up 7. It's tough we made some mistakes, and those are going to cost you, regardless. And so that's what happened today.
We got some timely hits, Romeo, that we haven't been getting, so that was good. We had about 2 or 3 of them. Landon had one, Chewy had one, Longcar had another big hit. So that's a good sign. We haven't been getting those the last 3 weeks. When you start getting those hits, that's how you're going to start winning some games.
UTPA men's and women's tennis gearing up for the WAC tournament this weekend. Next on Bronc Country, we preview the Broncs' chance to dance.
We will work our minds, raise our hands, and search for the answers. We will study the stars, learn to speak each other's languages, and hear each other's songs. We will make each tomorrow brighter, more prosperous, and completely new. We cannot predict the future, but we can and will build it. We will come together. The University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, new opportunities for the 21st century.
Last season, the UTPA men's tennis team entered the WAC tournament as the number 6 seed and then pulled off a first-round upset for UTPA's first ever WAC tournament victory in any sport. This season, the Broncs are the number 2 seed and already in the semifinals. Romeo Villarreal has more.
With the men's tennis WAC tournament less than a week away, the men's tennis team is excited to finally have their chance to play for the conference title. With the team winning 6 of their last 9 matches, the team is carrying a lot of momentum into the tournament.
We have terrific energy, our attitude's always up, and our spirit's strong. So it's who we are, what we have been. So yeah, we're excited. We have genuine confidence, and you have to earn confidence, you have to earn toughness, and that's what these boys have done, and I'm proud of them.
We're feeling good. We're very confident with where we're at. Good being the 2 seed. We'd like the 1 seed, but we'll take the 2 seed, and yeah, we're confident in our ability that we can take it to any team in the WAC and hopefully come out of Kansas City with a couple of rings, so that'd be nice.
With the Broncs having had the 6th seed last year, Coach Stokes is amazed by the progress the team has made, working their way up to the number 2 seed in this year's conference tournament.
It's a heck of an accomplishment. I mean, we were the 6th seed last year, and now to earn the 2 seed in 1 year is, I'm proud of the boys. We did a good job recruiting, and the boys have just worked their butts off since they've been here in August, and to watch their growth from the fall and even from January from our preseason training to where it is now, it's tremendous. It's tremendous growth. And but what's awesome about this group of boys is that they're still hungry. We know we have a lot to do yet.
Early this year, 2 WAC clusters were played, which helped give the Broncs a look at what the WAC tournament will look like and what the competition has to offer.
Yeah, it's very helpful playing day after day. It's good because it's that tournament atmosphere. It's the tournament, it's that tournament feel. So it's good, and it's it helps a lot. So we get used to playing those long matches day after day, and we're going to have to win 2 matches in a row in 2 consecutive days. So being through that, and we've just come off and done that this past weekend, so it gives us confidence that we can do it again. And yeah, we're just looking forward to the weekend.
For Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
The Broncs closed out the season with an 0-4 loss at 57th ranked Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The Broncs had a couple of good matches going on the unfinished courts. Over number 1, Juan Cruz Soria further cemented his status as one of the top players in the WAC by taking the first set from 97th ranked Peter Nagy. Kobe Jansen followed suit, not only winning the first set at number 3, but leading the second set when the match was stopped. The UTPA women's tennis team is also the number 2 seed in the WAC tournament, earning that spot for the 2nd year in a row. They're hoping that experience will help them earn that championship this year. Anais Cortez has the story.
The Texas Pan American women's tennis team is all in for this year's WAC tournament.
Going into the tournament, we're going to play someone that we played really well in that last match. So I know that they're ready. We're practicing here. We're going to be seeded 2 at that tournament, and so I don't really want to change up a lot of things. I just want to sort of focus on these are our strengths. Let's go ahead and make sure that we keep up with those.
The expectations are high for the Broncs this year. They each have their own training techniques, from conditioning to weights, but what they are all focusing on is to score those points for their team.
In general, we're a young team, but I think we have a good communication between us. So I think we're trying to work as a team. Actually, it's really amazing. It's amazing when you cheer for your teammate. You're here for them. You're trying to stay longer in the court for them. You don't win only for yourself, but you win for the team because the score is a team score.
Well, we've been doing a lot of conditioning because mostly this tournament, I think it's going to be there are going to be some matches that are going to take a while, so we have to prepare for those matches that it may take 4 hours so we can go through it. And we're also working on our mental part so we can stay focused and don't work through the nerves.
The Broncs are working hard to ensure the win at the WAC tournament.
I expect us to do really well. I mean, we've had a really good season, especially with the conference matches so far. I'm trying to stay with my aggressive game. That works well, but also with the variation. I know A couple of the girls that I've played have had similar games to me, so it works well with using my variation, mixing it up. One of the things that I learned is definitely learning to stay in a match and fight, and to know that it's not over until the last point is played.
The winner will be representing the Western Athletic Conference at the NCAA Championships. As the saying goes, championships are won at practice, and the Broncs are practicing to do just that. Reporting for Bronc Country, I am Anaís Cortez.
The UTPA women's soccer team has been in the news a lot lately, but this time, it's not because of how they're competing, but how they're helping others to compete. Coming up on Bronc Country, we take you out to the Rio Grande Valley TOPSoccer Event for special needs children. Season 1 for UTPA women's soccer was a huge success, in large part due to their immediate prosperity on the field. This past weekend, the Broncs one-upped themselves with a game that has more meaning than any overtime WAC tournament game ever could. Romeo Villarreal has the story.
TOPSoccer is a community service event in which volunteers hold a soccer camp for special needs children for whom finding organized sports to participate in can be near impossible. This year's local TOPSoccer event was held at UTPA, brought here by freshman Erica Gonzalez.
I got involved a couple years ago. I started the event when I was a junior in high school. A family friend of ours who is in love with soccer had a child with Down syndrome, and there is no soccer league that she can join. So I looked into it, and TOPSoccer is a great program that involves everybody, and so I wanted to get that started, and hopefully it continues to grow throughout the valley.
Even with a light rain, more than 50 student athletes braved the weather to come out and help at this event.
It makes me feel fantastic to know that everyone out here is so enthusiastic about this program. It's so great to see that everyone was out here supporting, not just me, but this program and all these kids. So I'm really happy for that.
Along with Erica, junior basketball player and Student Athlete Advisory Committee President Everett Osborne also played a big role in getting student athletes to come out and participate in this event.
We love it. I mean, we understand that we have a big responsibility, and a lot of kids in the community looks up to us, so we want to reach out and help at all times. So helping these kids is great, and all different sports coming together is a great feeling too, so we love it. TOPSoccer organizer Brad Matheny has been with the program for 7 years and was impressed with the large turnout of volunteers who participated.
We've had buddies. The volunteers are buddies. We've had them every year, but we've never had this scale. And so to see this representation from the school, I think, says a lot for this particular university.
Events like TOPSoccer offer kids with special needs the opportunity to participate in events they are normally unable to participate in a safe, friendly environment.
My son Ben, he's my youngest, he's 3, and he's been watching his 10-year-old brother play soccer for years and just waiting for his opportunity. So I was excited to bring Ben out. Pan Am has a great group of students. Every event that we've been to here for kids with disabilities, there's been a fantastic turnout from the different teams, especially the athletic department. The baseball team did something last year, and so I would expect a great response from Pan Am.
Along with allowing the kids to have a great time, TOPSoccer is also very practical for many of the athletes, as they are referred to in the camp, who do similar drills in physical therapy.
The goal is that our kids would be able to be included, but especially as you get older and sports get more competitive, it's a lot harder to include kids with disabilities, and so it's very neat to have just fundamentals, and it's good because just practically with physical therapy, one of the things they're working on is kicking. And so this is practical for so many reasons. It helps him play soccer, and then it's going to help him with his balance.
A lot of the people volunteering came into the event nervous, having never taken care of a special needs child.
It's funny because coming into the event, the buddies are usually very nervous, very anxious, but that's what I really appreciate about them is in the absence of having all the information, they're still willing to try. And but absolutely when they leave, and that is one of the biggest reasons why I love it is you have such a good feeling. There was a genuine connection that occurred and just a great appreciation it's a wonderful event to be part of.
In the process of helping these kids, the student athletes quickly learned that this event was not only a great experience for the kids, but for them as well, having helped them grow as people.
We got out here at 7 a.m., 7:30 and tired, but the moment these kids start walking in here and you saw them kick the ball and kind of cheer, it was a whole burst of energy that I think that we all have. So it's great for us. They help us the same way we help them, honestly. So it's great.
For Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
Busy weekend for UTPA track and field, participating in 4 events across 3 days in California. Started Thursday with the Cal State LA Twilight Open, where the Broncs recorded 9 top 10 finishes. Geneva Anderson, Christina Santiago Bravo, and Destiny Schultz led the way by finishing in 6th in their events. Friday saw the Broncs split up between 3 different events. The most prestigious of these events, the Mount Sac Relays, where Deandra Barroso took 23rd in the 400-meter hurdles, and Javier Cartero came in 6th in his flight of the hammer throw. 2 student athletes went to the Brian Clay Invitational at Azusa Pacific, as Jennifer Zapata came in 43rd in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, and Jose Juan Wells came in 65th in the 5,000-meter run. Friday also marked the beginning of Long Beach State's Beach Invitational, as Christina Santiago Bravo and Trey Taylor competed in the hammer throw, including a 6th-place finish for Bravo. On Saturday, the Broncs were paced by their 4x400-meter relay team of Pitigay Beckford, Anderson, Barroso, and Schultz, who took 5th. Barroso also had a strong individual event, coming in 6th in the 400-meter hurdles.
We don't get to see a lot of the West Coast competition, even though we are in the West region, until the regionals. So it's a great opportunity for those that were looking to make it that far and to go to the NCAA qualifying rounds to get a chance to see that competition that they'd see when they get to Austin at the end of May. So I think they did a great job. And they were excited to go. We were excited to see them compete, and we're ready for what's next.
Want to help prepare our student athletes for excellence in life? Then join the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the proceeds go directly to student athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student athletes.
We will work our minds, raise our hands, and search for the answers. We will study the stars, learn to speak each other's languages, and hear each other's songs. We will make each tomorrow brighter, more prosperous, and completely new. We cannot predict the future, but we can and will build it. We will come together. The University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. New opportunities for the 21st century.
Here's what's coming up for the Broncs. Men's and women's tennis take their number 2 seeds to Kansas City for the WAC tournaments and a chance to compete in the NCAA tournament. Baseball is home for another WAC series, welcoming Northern Colorado to town Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, and Sunday at noon, before completing non-conference play with a doubleheader at Texas A&M Corpus Christi Tuesday. Track and field is off to Houston, while women's soccer closes out its spring slate with a friendly at Our Lady of the Lake. We want to thank you for stamping your passport in Bronc Country this week. Schedule another visit for next week. But until then,
Go Broncs!
We will work our minds, raise our hands, and search for the answers. We will study the stars, learn to speak each other's languages, and hear each other's songs. We will make each tomorrow brighter, more prosperous, and completely new. We cannot predict the future, but we can and will build it. We will come together. The University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. New opportunities for the 21st century.